Oh. Hello friends, welcome back to Joyful Half Acre. Got a little girl trying to peek through. You have to back up and there she is. Now you can see yourself. She wanted to be in this video with me, didn't ya? So she looks cute today in her little pigtails and her glasses. She did have a pretty dress on because it's church day, but you know, after church you gotta get comfy, right? That's what I did too. So today I thought I would talk about where I've come in my health story. I mentioned in my last video that I want to focus on my health here recently. I have been trying to, and kind of video and share with all of you just the journey we are on in our health, getting our family healthy and myself, and just what we're doing and stuff. So I thought I'd start with where did we come from? So how are we like normally healthy people or not? Not. So I just thought I'd tell you the backstory about my health. Now, I was not raised knowing anything about health. Please excuse the cats bawling. They've been sleeping in here in this goat barn, and we came in here and now they're upset that we woke them up, I think. But I was not raised knowing anything about good health. We did the standard American diet, sad, you know, standard American diet. Definitely a sad diet. And we drank pop. Hi, buddy. I think this is Bubbles. I'm not sure. Yes, it's a boy, but Bubbles is a boy. I get him and his son, Sylvester, mixed up. I'm not sure which one's which. Anyway, yes, we were raised on the sad diet, and in my teen years even, my first job, I worked at a fast food place, and so I think for like 3 years, all I ate was Taco John's. I do love Taco John's. It's really good. However, a quick little story here, just a little while back, me and my husband decided, you know, go out on a quick little date night, and we ate Taco John's, and we both regretted it. It just hit our stomachs like a rock. It's like, yep, we can't do that anymore. But anyway, I used to love Taco John's. Oh, so good. But so I ate horribly. Pop, candy bars, chocolate. My 20s, all I did was pop, candy bars, chocolate, fast food, eating out. McDonald's. We ate terrible. But I knew nothing about good health, and really at the time I had no one in my life that told me there was any way different than what I was doing. I think we don't realize that there are people who in their circle of life, they don't come across people with different ideas, you know, especially with health, but even with other things. I don't think we always realize that other people don't know the same things we do. And because I didn't know anything about health. And it's funny that doctors, you know, I had multiple children, and doctors never said anything about my weight, never said, you know, I smoked from the time I was 18 until I quit a couple times and then started again, and then I did 10 years straight I smoked. And you know, doctors will tell you smoking's bad for you. That's it. I have realized I'm the type of person that you can tell me chocolate's bad for you, McDonald's is bad, smoking's bad, but I'm like, why? You never gave me a good reason why. And so I had no idea why they were bad, so why change? Because what I'm doing's okay, right? So I'm
and the wind knocked over me.
You sneezed and the wind knocked you over. That's why we're in the goat barn, because it is really windy outside, and I feel like I say that every time I make a video. It's really windy outside, but it is here, isn't it, babe? The wind knocked you over. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Good. All right.
And no scratches.
No scratches?
I just fell on the bench outside.
Oh, okay. Sometimes she gets in that stuck. Oh. Anyway, I'm glad you didn't get hurt. All right, so anyway, I lived, and my family, we lived with very bad health, and I knew no different. And then about 10 years ago, 10 and a half years ago, I met somebody, a friend, who said things that I had never heard before. About religion, about health. Like I say, I had never knew anybody before that told me anything different. And I mean, at first I didn't believe this person, but I started looking up for myself and realizing, whoa, there is a complete different world out there. There are people who eat healthy. There are people who don't gossip all the time. There are people out there who actually live for the Lord in their lives. And a whole new world opened up to me, and I started researching, and a love of researching was instilled in me, that I just wanted to learn and implement these things that I was, reading were actually out there. So anyway, I started with changing, the first thing I did was quit smoking. I did that 10 and a half years ago, and I'm so glad I did. If I hadn't, I'm sure I would be dead right now. That's a different story, but I know I would be. Then about a year later, at 33, I started just living a different way. Stopped gossiping. I tried to do things homemade. I made homemade laundry soap, which that's kind of controversial whether that's real healthy or not, but I, just started making small switches in my life, just little at a time. I am on the long plan. I have realized I am not one that can do, okay, let's do everything right now, change my entire life tomorrow. Like The Biggest Loser, where they just show up and, within a couple weeks, their whole life's changed. Well, we all know from that show that most of them, that didn't stick. Because when you do that, it's such a shock, and it just doesn't always stick. I'm on the long plan. I've done one little thing at a time and just implement new little things all the time, and they add up to huge greatness. And that's where I'm at now, where I'm finally reaping the rewards of my hard work over time. And it was not until I was like 34 before I finally really started following the Lord, and that's when He really started opening up new ideas. And it's amazing how, if you're open to it, He can show you, how to be healthier and stuff. I truly believe God made our bodies perfect. God designed our bodies. God designed this earth to nourish us, and we're the ones that mess it up. To where if we just get back to what God designed, then we can live long, healthy lives. He gave us 120 years. If we die before that, I mean, it's our own fault. That's my way of thinking. Granted, I mean, it's all in His plan. He knows when we're going to die. But I feel like whatever that day is, whether it's tomorrow or at 120, I want to live the healthiest life I can while I am here. I want to be happy and feel good and just healthy. I want to be able to have energy to go and do everything and live for the Lord, because if you feel sick all the time, it's a lot harder to do the work that He wants you to do. So that's just my goal, is to be the healthiest I can and to live my life for the Lord. Anyway, after I started following the Lord at 34 or so, I had a miscarriage. First I had a son, and then I had a miscarriage. Oh, go put them down, honey. Go put them down. Those are some sickly kitties we're taking care of. Someone asked us to take care of them, and we're feeding them and loving them, giving them some immune boosting food, but they still are very sick. So anyway, I had some good with a birth and bad with a miscarriage. But I gave up pop in that time, which was huge. That is just huge for your health too. I mean, that's really bad for you. Then I had Ella, and when I had Ella, she's 4, I almost died, and that whole ordeal. And through that, I really realize to depend on God fully and to really just, yeah, that can't say much more than that. I learned to depend on God 100% because whether you do have good health or bad, you can give your all to Him. And I realized through that, though, that I came to be content in the fact that I didn't have good health at that moment, content in what I did have, and to live for the Lord, give Him fully what I had. But at the same time, I was not content to stay in that. I wanted to work as hard as I could to be healthier, to be better, so that I had more to give to God, you know? If all He would let me have is that little bit to give Him, you know, then I was going to give Him my all. But my desire now is to be the best that I can be so that I can give Him even more, you know? He's happy with He wants us all. And I want to be able to give Him my all, you know? If that makes any sense. I don't know. So at about 40, something huge for me, I gave up sugar in my tea. I went 25 years before that, 30 years at least, drinking tea, a gallon of tea with a cup of sugar in it every day. I drank a cup of sugar every day. It's no wonder I was sick. It's no wonder the bad things happened to me. I was just loading my system down with sugar every day. But I honestly didn't realize how bad it was. Oh, yep, they did. I got multiple kitties in here now. I didn't know. I'm just amazed at, no doctor told me to eat healthy. No doctor told me to, I just am amazed at the lack of, I don't know. I'm just amazed that I didn't know this, because it seems like it's just common sense now. And if I, being a smart person, didn't know this, everything that I know now, I know there's so many people out there who don't understand, you know, how bad sugar is for you. And I want to take what I'm learning and share it with you all. That's why I'm doing this. But anyway, then at 41, last year, because yep, I'm 42. I'm out in my age. I ran my first 5K. It was so much fun. I loved it, and I want to do more. I was going to do it again this year, but canceled due to COVID. So next year, I plan on definitely doing it if they have it. I really hope so. I need to open the door. It just blew shut. Okay. Oh, you went quick? Come here. Show our friends on the camera what you got. An apple! Our apples on our tree are ripe, aren't they? So she likes to go pick little green apples. And are you going to eat that?
Yeah.
Okay, and eat them. There you go. So it's nice having an apple tree. You can just go pick one and eat it. Anyway, so that brings us up to now. This year I have started, the last couple of years I've really been studying and looking up, watching lots of videos, because I don't have a whole lot of time to read. So I wish I did. I'm sure I will in the future. But right now I'm a very busy person. So I watch a lot of videos, and just lots of different ones. I mean, Dr. Bergman, Dr. Berg, The Wellness Way. Those are the first three that come to mind. But I've recently been watching one from a summit in Australia. So I watch a lot of different ones. And in the past, I've watched different ones on like veganism and carnivore. And I watch lots of different varying types of health, because I've come to realize that they all kind of boil down to the same thing. I mean, eat what God has made. But the way they go about it is a little different, versus meat versus vegetables, But all of it is natural, God-made things. And I will talk about that in a future video on what I actually do. I've made a list of different things that I have implemented here recently, different things I've learned and studied, and I'm going to share them all with you, and then go into more detail on what I've done with these different things and what you can do, because I don't have it all figured out yet. I keep learning new things to implement. I've got a list of like 18 different things plus that I just made just last night of different things I've implemented that I could talk about, and that's not even the start of the list, you know. I look at health as a comprehensive approach. Some of the doctors I listen to say, oh, keto's the only way to go, or chiropractic's the only way to go, or meat's the only way to go, you know, and I believe all of them have a piece of the puzzle, but there's no one size fits all to health. We all have to go a little bit different approach. The thing is, though, we all have to do... Oh, you threw the apple in there to Scarlett? To the goat. She's sharing. And now it looks like she's going to eat another one. That's okay. But the thing is, we all have to... all these doctors agree on sugar's bad for you, fake vegetable oils are bad for you. You can look up the science on them. They are bad. And I'm blanking right now. Anyway, all these doctors pretty much agree on what's bad for you. They just have a different approach to what's good and what is the main ingredient on what's good. So anyway, I'm going to go into more details on what I do in my next video, what I have implemented, what I've learned, and then after that I will get into more detailed on each thing of what I've learned, and yeah, maybe what you guys can learn and implement something too. So I want to thank you for sitting through and listening to my backstory a little bit. It just goes to show that somebody who started out with the standard American SAD diet and ate really healthy or unhealthy, and, you know, basically trying to kill myself in my 20s. I did so bad. I don't think I ate a vegetable for 10 years. And you can completely turn around your life, and you can completely change who you are. You just have to believe that you can. Turn to God. He will help you change your whole life for the better. Now she's got multiple apples. Oh well. So, thanks for watching today, friends. I hope you'll like this video, subscribe to my channel, and continue to join us in this joy-filled life. Thanks. Bye. Say bye.
It's hard to see.
It's hard to see through the apples.
Bye.